So I'm here to talk about Amazon listings, the specifics. I'm going to give you guys some specific actionable things you can do. First of all, how many people in here are already selling on Amazon? Okay, a lot of people. And how many people in here are thinking about selling on Amazon but not doing it yet? Okay, so we're going to talk about the listing, which is really the catalog entry for products on Amazon. Okay, so I'm going to show you in the talk this approach to writing listings that more than doubled my sales, and how to write a listing that sells for both people and for bots. Who am I? Why should you care about me and what I have to say? So, real quick, that's me with my husband. He's actually happens to be speaking in a little while. He's right over there. My success story is not a graph, it's not a bar chart, and it's not a bank account balance. It's a shopping trip. There was a day when my husband and I were both at different stores. I was at Costco and he was at Trader Joe's. And I was walking through with my giant cart at Costco, and I just got worried, right? Because I know I can spend some money at Costco, and anyone in here go drop $300 at Costco without thinking about it? Yeah. And then Trader Joe's, Mike is right over there. I mean, between the $3 chuck and the frozen pizzas and all the other good stuff they have there, he can drop some money there too. And I was worried that we were not going to have enough money to pay the balance. So I was standing in Costco and I logged into our bank account just to make sure that I didn't need to make a phone call. Don't buy anything. And we had $3,000 in the bank. And that day, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, that I could just relax and just buy food for our family. And we were not, impoverished. We weren't starving or anything like at that level, but there was that tension of, check the balance before you go to the store. And my earnings from Amazon and from my business were what enabled that cushion to happen so that we could just have a little ease in our day-to-day life. And, as much as it's great to be a multi-gazillionaire, sometimes you just need a little bit of breathing room in your life. And so there's a lot of opportunities that can provide that. So I don't have a castle yet, but I have sold successfully bundles. I've sold private label products I've imported from China. I've done all the arbitrages and some other stuff as well. I have interviewed over 100 successful sellers and experts in my online show. I've networked, I've taught people, I've coached, and all through the whole process I have learned, always learning, and helping connect people, which is what I love to do. So, okay, so let's dig in here. So I'm going to make a little disclaimer. Even the best listing is not going to sell the junk you bought on clearance 3 years ago that nobody wanted done. So you have to be selling stuff that people actually want, or the funnels and the marketing and all of it is not it's not magic, okay? It still has to be something that clients want. And each current listing will improve and new ones will sell. This isn't going to make you $1 million tomorrow, but it can help increase your sales. You always have to work on the mix of desirability, marketing, ROI, and a killer listing, and then you repeat. And this talk is on Amazon listings, but as our speaker from earlier talked about, Aaron, eBay listings, like whatever platform you're on, Shopify, wherever you are, has its own character and needs. And so as you learn any new platform, you're going to want to take on learning the listings and the characterizations that each platform needs. So just keep implementing and improving. Does anybody want those pants? They're inflatable shorts. I've got a few cases in my garage. All right, so a good listing is going to please two audiences. It's going to please robots, right? The bots at Amazon and Google and all the bots all over the place. And people who have hopefully money to spend. Bots like robot-friendly placement of words. And this is something a lot of people really struggle with because we don't understand what they want. A lot of relevant words and not a lot of irrelevant words. People like clear and easy to understand wording. They like the benefits as well as the features. They like it when you pre-answer their questions. And they like professional looking images. So we're going to talk about how to write listings that sell without guessing. I've heard a lot of courses and programs that talk, well, we think this and we're supposing that, and this is specifically data-driven, and you can actually test every single thing I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go over 3 core strategies today. The first strategy is how to test for every word and possible phrase without poring over reports and data. So how many people in the room are my reports and data people? Okay, I got 3 of you. Yeah, my business partner is one of them. Thank goodness he likes the reports and data. All the rest of you, like me, do not like the reports and data, but luckily you can still test stuff and know stuff without them. Strategy number 2, how to develop a good list of keywords without using expensive tools and mysterious methods. Now, tools can be great, but I believe that you should know how to do keyword research so that you can properly evaluate the value of the tool to your business. And then strategy number 3 is how to divide the words up between the title, bullets, and product description fields in your listing to index for every single word and every single word in combination with each other as phrases. So let's talk about the first strategy. Indexing. Does anybody, you guys know what indexing is? Okay, not very many of you. Okay, so indexing is a word used to describe when you write words and phrases into a catalog listing, it sort of registers with Amazon. So if you've ever written a new listing, you might say, well, how come this isn't coming up in search? I put those words in the listing. But Amazon's not seeing my listing. It's not counting it as being associated with those words. So indexing is the process by which the words that you want to be associated with your listing actually become associated with your listing. How do you test if your words are indexing? It's very simple. You pull up an Amazon window. You're going to put your ASIN and then the word or phrase right next to it. And that's it. You can test. It's either going to tell you right here, it's going to say we found 0 results, which means you are not indexing. Or it's going to tell you we found 3 results or whatever, and then that means you are. So it's a very simple thing to do. This is totally available after the presentation, by the way. So I want to show you this great listing I found. It ranks really well. It's got lots of words. Look at all of the awesome words it has in that listing. So many great words. They must have thought of everything, right? I mean, obviously you want to just jam as many words into a listing as you possibly can. That's definitely the way to go. So let's take a look at this. We're going to use our index testing method on this exact listing. I have no association with this listing, by the way. So this is my product or anything like that. So yeah, thumbs up. They got Mother's Day gift and bath bomb, which is good since it is a bath bomb. They didn't get baby shower. They didn't get eco-friendly, even though it's an organic product. They did not get well gift or even bachelorette gift, which I think bath bombs would be great for all of those. So even though they crammed a lot of words in, they didn't necessarily think about the customer's usage, and they didn't index for words that could really even improve their sales more than they already have. But luckily, they did remember a few of these keywords amongst all those words. Flaky, flake, 0, golf. They indexed for work, sweeter. So they put a lot of words into their listing that were completely irrelevant. Because it's like, I don't know, somebody told them they cram as many words into the listing school of listing writing. And that's one that many of us have heard before, right? Just put it all in and hopefully something will stick, right? Okay, so that's our first strategy is you want to test your indexing on the listings, and you can do this for your own listings and listings that are owned by, that were created by somebody else, and see what is actually showing up, what's registering. Strategy number 2, how do you develop a list of keywords without expensive tools and mysterious methods? I've got 4 key methods for you here. One is You're going to use auto-populate in Amazon and Google. The sidebar on Amazon is gold. A lot of people don't know about that. Packaging from your products, and Google AdWords keyword tool, which is free. These are all free tools. And do not neglect common sense. Think about what you're selling and who might want to buy it. So, Amazon auto-populate. Has anyone in here used that before? Has anyone here used the tool Merchant Words? If Merchant Words uses auto-populate, that's how it works. It's all based on auto-populate. That's all they use, so just so you know. So when you start typing something into the search bar in Amazon, it fills in a bunch of stuff it thinks you're looking for. It wants to make it easier for you. So here I started typing in mothers, and you see Mother's Day gifts, Mother's milk tea, Mother's Day gifts from daughter, so you want to make sure you put in the word from and daughter into your listing if you were doing a Mother's Day gift. Card, you got from son. So it gives you some ideas about what people are searching for that are popular. Our second place to look is the sidebar. So when you go to a listing in Amazon, on the left-hand side of the window, there's all these cool things. Now, what a lot of people do is they just click on, oh, I want the book category, and then they find their product, right? But if you're doing research, you want to look at every word there and see which ones are related, because Amazon is trying to figure out which of those words connect with your listing. So you want to say, oh, my listing is a camping signal whistle. Who knew that was a category, right? It is. If you now only do that if you actually are selling that. But for example, this is a first aid kit. If I was selling this, I might not have thought to put boat safety first aid kit. Like I might have thought this was a camping first aid kit. But the sidebar tells me that there's also boat people searching for it. Okay, and then the package, I've got a Jell-O box here, and just to give you an example, it talks about high fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, and it's called a gelatin dessert. Those are all words that I might not have necessarily associated with Jell-O, but they spent lots of money on their packaging and product development, so I'm going to trust some of what they say as well. And then the Google AdWords Keyword Planner is a free tool. You can sign up for a free AdWords account. You sort of pretend you're setting up an ad. You don't actually have to set up the ad. You go to this little wrench up here, and then you just put in your word. So I put in the classic private label product garlic press. Anybody here sell any garlic presses 5 years ago? But it turns out garlic presses are called garlic crusher. I didn't know that. Or a garlic slicer, a garlic squeezer. So you just want to make sure you put all those words into your keyword list as well. Okay, and then our final strategy here is how to index every word alone and hundreds of phrases without any repetition or guessing. So this is our good rule of thumb here. Now this is where we're getting this is kind of getting to the meat of a class that we offer. This is a really good tip though. The good rule of thumb is so you're going to develop a list of words. You say, I want to make sure I use all of these words in my listing. Maybe 300 words or 400 words or 200 words, whatever it is, using the techniques I just showed you. You're going to go through that list. You're going to pick the ones you really want to index for. Put those words in your title, bullets, and keyword field, not the product description. The product description messes up the indexing. There's a way more complex description of that, and there's times when it's true and times when it's less true, and there's 18-word fields and a lot of complexity to the product description. But if you want to make sure that all your essential words index, don't put any of them in the product description field. Put them in the title, keywords, and bullets. And then the cool thing is you can just go and use our testing technique and test it, see the results. So I just wanted to show you an example here. This is a toy that I made up called Squirty the Squid, and he squirts out real ink. So I did a fictional listing And I have the keyword field up here, the bullets, and the description. So, for example, the term squidding, this would index for squidding because squid's in the title and ink is in the bullets. Remember I said where to put your essential words? So it captures that as a phrase if you do it this way. I have a few phrases highlighted here. Red boy gift. Your kids into Superman, Spider-Man, they like red. You want to get them a red gift? Well, this would index for that because it's got red in the bullets, boy in the keywords, and gift in the keywords. So when you do this correctly, it will index phrases and pull the words from all the different places, so you don't need to keep repeating them, which is what some keyword classes will tell you to do. Fun gift for girls, another one. We capture fun down here from the description. Remember I told you don't put any of your essential words in the description? Well, fun is an adjective, right? Adverb? It's an adjective. So that is not really an essential word, so I put it in the description. We got fun from there, gift and girl from the keywords, and for, I'm not sure where for was also in keywords. So you can see that if you write a listing correctly to please the bots, it'll capture phrases from all those different places. All right, so that's our 3 strategies. Whoops. So I'm just about done here. I come bearing gifts. What I did is I actually made sort of an ebook version of this with just the notes, if you guys want to have this listing presentation. I've also got another ebook we wrote called How to Analyze Your ASINs, and it's using some of the business reports in Seller Central. And then we also have our Amazon Business Builders Toolkit. So those are all free. And then my wares are, I run an organization called Scanner Society, which is a trade organization for Amazon sellers. We do crazy things like help each other. And then we also have a class which goes into much greater details about how to use this algorithm method for writing listings. One of our members who is a coder also figured this out, and then we worked together to develop the class. So you're getting a sheet. Everybody in the room should get one. So just fill out your name and email. Let me know if you want the free gift. If you want to sign up for our program, either way is fine. And then that's it. So I don't think we have time for Q&A, but I'll be here today if you guys have any questions. And thank you very much for your attention. And please make sure you just get me or Milas back that form, and we'll get you those free books.
Thank you so much, Cordelia.